a baseball veteran, spent 5 years in the Texas Rangers organization. He's also a member of the Venezuelan national team. And getting a chance now to play in the Canadian Baseball League. So several stories throughout the league about players who've been several places in baseball and getting a chance to test their wares up here in Canada. Nare, base hit, past Modami into right field. Sasaki will go to third with ease. Nare, big turn at first base. And that ball slipped under the glove of Modami, who was very proficient so far with the glove here tonight, making a couple of good picks, but allows that ball to go by and into right field.
Well, here's the replay, and now if you're a fielder, there's a way to go to, but see, his glove is up and he goes down to get the hop. When you're a young ball player or a player in the CBL for that matter, it's always easier to get your glove down and come up with the hop versus having your glove up and reaching down for the hop. And that
ground ball to third base, producing the first run of the game for the London Monarchs. Eugene Nare steps in, formerly of the Ottawa Lynx, the AAA affiliate of the Montreal Expos. Nare hits from the left side, and he'll take a look at the first pitch. It's a ball.
Eugene Nare has one of the smoothest compact swings of either team here tonight. He really took a good BP, lined the ball into the gaps all over the ballpark. He was really exciting to watch, very explosive.
Game and Teague short lead over at first, so Alston decides to check him anyways. Teague back in safely.
Teague will talk about wild speed, but Teague is also a runner. The top and the bottom of Willie Wilson's order are loaded with speed, which follows suit from the style of manager he's going to be.
A lot of managers like to do that, is put a leadoff guy in the 9-hole too, if they are afforded that opportunity. Swung on by Nare. This one's to shallow left field. Alou in to make the catch. He's under it and makes the catch pretty nonchalantly there, and that will be...
But it actually worked in reverse.
Okay, Sammy, back to you.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Well, Garvin Alston's night is over. O'Neill.
That helps your pitching, no matter how bad. When you go out and take the mound or take, you're always going to what you do. A lot of times go.
So what do you think? Needs no introduction. You're dead, and
Joe wasn't bad, but they didn't play good defense behind him, and that's what a pitching performance is all about. If you can get good defense, that helps your pitching. No matter how bad you throw, or how inconsistent you are, if the guys play good defense behind you, it makes you look good.
Yeah, you need help from your friends. Thanks for doing this, Ferguson. Okay, Sammy, back to you.
All right, thanks, Ryan. O'Neill Brown into the game now to pitch for the Montreal Royals. Pitch swung on by Eugene Nare. Nicky Stepp gives chase. Steppy will chase this one to the wall. Nare pulls into second base. The ball comes back into the infield, and the Monarchs are right back at it. Eugene Nare with a double to lead off the Monarchs' bottom of the fifth.
Well, I like this Nare. He's a smart ball player. Here's a relief pitcher. It's what are the chances you're going to get a fastball first pitch of his outing? The chances are really good. And Nare decided, well, do I sit and take a look and try and time it, or do I jump on it?
O'Neill Brown in from out of the bullpen, a graduate of Eastern Commerce High School in Toronto. Here you get Nat Thomas into the game after O'Neill Brown had worked one inning. Do you want to show your repertoire? Do you want to show your bullpen? There's 3 more games in the series. Last half inning, Willie Wilson had a couple of words for his team in the dugout. Here's what he had to say.
Another one or no?
Row 2.
Another AB or no?
Seat
One more?
11.
All right.
Please come up to the press box.
Let it get one more AB and you go in for him. All right?
There's a couple of veterans talking to each other. Willie Wilson, as the manager, looking towards Francisco Cabrera, his assistant coach, asking him, hey man, you want to play? You want to let the young guys get in? You want to let someone else get their feet wet? But Cabrera taking advantage to get one more at bat, get his work in for the night, and then shut it down with London comfortably ahead here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
A little negotiation going on. I guess when you're up 10 runs, you're a little more receptive to players' feedback. If Renicky was making that decision, I don't think he would have received it quite as well.
5'10", 205-pound Eugene Ray coming to the plate for the 4th time in this game. Flied out to left field back in the 1st inning, struck out looking in the 2nd, doubled and scored a run in the 5th, and Ray pounds this ball foul down the right field line. He was all over that Nat Thomas pitch. Gary Renicky looking on, not too happy with the way his team has performed here tonight. They've committed 4 errors, they've allowed 10 runs, yet they've only been able to get 2 hits off of London pitching. Ray awaits the 0-2 pitch. Nat Thomas drops down a little bit looking to strike him out, but just a little low and away.
He's showing it all out there. What you mentioned before, I think what the other side of that is that the players want to get their feet wet. Let's look at this guy's delivery. You talk about, look how far he's releasing that ball about 5 feet wide of the mound, and you're a left-handed hitter trying to pick that up.
But you see on that pitch there, Tommy, he went overhand. So that was a pitch where he got ahead 0-2 and said, you know what, I'm going to try and get a little more movement on this ball, drop down to that sidearm, that 3/4 sidearm slot, looking for the strikeout pitch, and then he goes right back to going over the top, trying to drop the hammer on the batter, Nere. Didn't get it to work, and the count is now 1-2. Teague left all alone over at first base. Nobody really watching him there. Gets that secondary lead. Nere pops it up. Morales giving chase, but this one will be well out of his reach.
Thomas is a guy who's not going to light up anybody's radar guy, and he knows that. He knows he's not going to get... One of the things in baseball, the 2 skills that are the toughest to increase are the velocity in a fastball and running speed. They increase, but very marginally. So what he's got to do is make adjustments. He's got to alter his release point. He's got to throw kneecaps and elbows and ankles at you to try and trick you. The last thing he wants to show you is that ball.
And I think one of the things that as the season goes on, he'll probably be used for is that situational lefty, to come in and get that big left-handed hitter out.
Here you go.
Nere fighting to stay alive here with the count 1-2, and the Monarchs trying to add to their 10-0 lead. Eamon Teague walked to kick off the bottom of the 6th inning. He still sits over at first base. Royals defense is now pushed back just a little bit. Middle infielders at double play depth. The corners back. Thomas checks Teague over at first and delivers the pitch. Nere all over that one, yanks it foul and out of play. Another souvenir. And you gotta love the baseballs. We gotta have the chance to look at one here today. The beautiful CBL logo on it, made by Rawlings, and nothing like a fresh baseball. And we got to talk to both pitchers, do the grips. Got out there before the game, and they hadn't seen them either up until today. So impressed by good-looking baseball here. Nat Thomas trying to put an end to Eugene Nere's at bat, but can't get him to chase that fastball, or that curveball rather, on the outside part of the plate. Eamon Teague takes his lead at first, and you can see really not paying attention to him at all. Illich is way back behind him. Good secondary lead by Eamon Teague as Nere watches the pitch go by, and that makes the count 3-2 now. So Nere has worked himself back from a 1-2 count and now has it in his favor at 3-2.
Yeah, Teague could take second base in his sleep if he wanted to right now, but what Willie Wilson is demonstrating is some sportsmanship. You know, they aren't going to try to show them up. And
Nere pops this one up. He sent a couple of foul balls out already. Morales over to get it, and he overruns it. Oh, man. Porfirio Morales and Cesar Saba are two guys who are late additions to this team. Both arrived today, and they're showing the ill effects of their travel.
Could be, I mean, a foul ball that goes up, he did the right thing. Catchers turn around, they locate the ball, they drop the mask. There's a time to throw it at the umpire if he made a bad call. And the ball always comes back towards the field, and this veteran catcher knows that, and you see the look of disappointment on his face.
Phenomenal underspin on that ball, which is what brings it back towards the field of play, and Morales unable to get under it. So Eugene Array stays alive, and Gary Renicky can do nothing but shake his head as he watches his team trailing. Nere hits this one between first and second. That'll sneak through. Gaiman Teague trying to stretch it to third base. Guerrero unleashes the hose, but Teague slides in safely at third base as Nere picks up the base hit, and the Monarchs are at it again.